Guys, I have great news. My Rivian is fixed and ready to be picked up. I drive an early Generation 1 R1T, the original truck, and it would not DC fast charge. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you what happened, the crazy situation where it actually stopped working, how lucky we were, and yeah, we're going to drive this new Rivian quad motor R1S down to go pick it up. I'll also explain why I have this one. It's a good day here at Out of Spec because my truck is fixed and we have a 1,025 horsepower mom car to go pick it up with. Let's start with this. This is actually the reason my truck broke at a Rivian service center. I'll explain all as soon as we get in the car, but we've got to hit the road and go pick this thing up. I'm with my buddy Comp. What's up, dude?
Hello, I'm excited to go.
Yeah, should be good. Comp runs the Out of Spec Scootz channel and actually lives here as well. So you'll be seeing his content on micromobility rolling. Well, I guess it's already started, hasn't it?
I think so.
Yep. All right, great. So we're at 29% state of charge, which is not going to be enough. So we're going to need to go there, charge, and come back. We'll figure it out, but let's get on the road. So if we look at this round trip, it should be about 3 hours there and back. We're going from the Out of Spec track down into Raleigh, North Carolina. That's where my truck is. We will come back. Like I mentioned, we're at 29%, so we will stop and charge at the big Tesla Supercharger that's right here. It's a super inconvenient route because there is an Electrify America charger here that we could hit, but there's nothing down over this way. So I don't know. This seems like the best, and we can get some snacks. I haven't eaten today yet, so we'll run there, get some snacks, let the car charge up enough. It's not an optimal charging session or anything. Probably charge it pretty deep so we don't have to charge it again to come back. So should work out, and that'll be the plan. All right, we just got the preparing battery for fast charging that popped up right there on the screen, and now we are on the way. So here's the situation. Comp, we took the R1T down to get this yesterday.
Yep.
This is a 2026 R1S quad motor. Might be a 25. I think it's a 26. And Rivian is loaning it to us to make some videos with it. And we've never tested the new quad motor outside of the launch event. They've made some major improvements to powertrain calibration, and Rad Tuner is now a thing, and they're like, hey, go play around with it. So they shipped an R1T and an R1S to the service center for us. My buddy Dan is reviewing the R1T right now. When he's done, we'll grab that one. So there's a little logistical thing playing around, but we've got this R1S quad motor, which is actually the same exact R1S quad motor, I believe, that I borrowed after AI Day. We never made a video with it, but we drove it around and played with it in California, and it's super cool to drive it again, and I can't wait to make more videos with it. But Comp, we took my Gen 1 Rivian down there, just because we're taking a Rivian to get a Rivian, may as well. And we plugged it into the DC fast charger at the Knighdale service center. They have low power Rivian fleet only chargers on the right side of their building. And it did start charging, didn't it?
Definitely.
And, it charged. We walked inside. We're like, great, we're good.
Just forgot about it, walked away.
Yeah, walked away. And then I was like, we were killing time. We're like, we're letting that charge up. And I checked my app, and I thought my app was lagging, and it says you're at 9%. We plugged in at 6%. And I'm like, oh, it should have gained more than 3% in the 20 minutes we were there. And yeah, no, it was at 9%. And I opened up the door, and it said, let plug temperature cool before plugging in and charging again. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I had this issue already. When we hosted our Iona meetup, which is a video back on this channel, if you guys remember, I was having issues getting my R1T to DC fast charge on the Iona station in Garner, and it was no fault of Iona's. Many other people were able to use that same charger I was trying to use, and Scott ran out and reset the vehicle by holding the hazard light and this left button there on the steering wheel. If you do both of those, it restarts all the modules, and we were able to get it charging a little bit, and then it would die again, and it was really annoying. But after we did the Iona thing, I totally forgot about that problem. I put it back in the garage, and that was almost a month ago. Right, Comp? You were there for that, right?
Yep, just going on a month.
Going on a month. So then, the next time we needed it was to go get this car. We pulled it out of the garage because I was in Colorado for the last bit, and
it had been sitting on AC charging, so it had 50%. So
yeah, it had 50%. We were like, we can make it. We'll charge at the service center and come back. Plug it in at the service center, and charge port issue again. And I was like, yeah, okay, completely forgot we have that same problem. How lucky were we, comp, that we had to go to the Rivian service center with it?
At the place where the people are to fix the things.
Yes, because if we had gone to literally any other charger for any other reason, we would have been stranded at that charger.
Super screwed.
We would have had to tow the Rivian somewhere. But thankfully, the next place we needed to bring it was to pick up this test car at the service center, which is just unbelievable timing. So after, we're at the service center, we charged for 3 minutes. We couldn't get it going again. We went inside and we talked to their service manager, who's an awesome dude. Everyone there super nice. We have never really worked with the Rivian Knighdale service center because we just moved from Denver. We loved the Denver service center. They always took great care of us and many others. And our buddy Ronan there was always my service advisor. He's the best. I could call Ronan for anything and he's on it. And so now we had a new experience, new people. They don't know who we are, but they were super nice. And
they know of you.
They knew of the channel, yeah.
Yep.
And, they came out to look at the truck. They're like, oh, yeah, we can't get it charging either. And at that point, it just was showing, charge port over temperature, let cool and try again. We're actually pulling into this right here. You can show the viewers. This is the 60 stall Halifax, North Carolina.
Giant supercharger.
Yeah, buddy. This thing is so sick. And so we're going to roll in and see if this has plug-in charge. I don't know. We're driving Rivian's vehicle, so we can always activate it from the app if it's not configured properly. I bet they configured it. Pro tip, if you ever come here, the sun can get pretty bright and it's a warm day. It's 84 degrees. If you come under here, these typically are cooler cables because they've been shaded. So let's plug in and then we'll continue the story.
Solar awning.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Rivian for making this a feature where you can keep climate on now. It's just kind of a multi-step process. I wish when I hit park, I could just do boop, keep climate right there. Because it's something in hot or cold weather you do all the time if you're just running out, running in. Anyway, let's get charging. All right, let's go 8B. This is a native NAX R1S. And that's it. That's pretty easy.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. In worst case, we'll just activate it with the Tesla app, but we'll see if this is ready to go. It says starting. That's a good sign. Starting. Come on, baby. Yes. Are we going to charge?
Contactor's good.
Charging. Great. All right, let's pick up the story. So we got Rivian to see that there was a problem with it not charging and basically having an irrational temperature fault. So they pulled the logs on it instantly, right?
Yep.
They basically remoted into the truck and they're like, oh yeah, I've seen this before. There's some thermistor issues, probably. So they charged us 30 minutes of diagnostic time. And they said, keep the truck here. You're already here. Obviously, you can't go anywhere. So keep it there. And then we'll let you know whenever we get to it. Well, it's now 24 hours later.
Less than. Yeah.
Less than 24 hours later, they called up and they said, hey, we fixed it. We just tightened down some stuff. I'll read everyone exactly what they did. And your truck's good to go get picked up. Super easy, an hour's worth of labor, 30 minutes diag, 30-minute fix. It's like a couple $100. It's an expensive labor rate.
Yeah. Sure.
But still better than thousands of dollars.
He gave an initial prognosis of possibly not even just replacing a charge port, that it could have been worse. So glad it was just tightening a few connectors and good to go.
Yeah, I was expecting a big bill. Keep in mind, my truck has almost 70,000 miles on it, so it's out of warranty. And so I was expecting a, I don't know, multi-$1,000 wiring harness. He was like, you might need a whole new loom. I'm like, oh no, that could be terrible. Turns out just some loose sensors.
Vibration. They'll do it anytime.
Truck's had a rough life. So we'll charge up here, get some snacks, and then go get my truck. Little Godfather's Pizza Express. Seems healthy. Yep. Pretty good.
Little grease.
Yeah, little grease never hurt. That's right. We had a pretty monster charging session, but it did overheat. Typical Rivian R1 problem, slower due to cabin and battery cooling. I left the climate on in the car so it didn't overheat in there, and yep, that's just too much for the thermal systems to handle on these things, unfortunately. But honestly, big charging improvement. It held 200 kilowatts to basically 60%. The Max Pack used to charge pretty terribly, and now it charges pretty great. So shout out to Rivian for a real improvement here. So the Rivian says if we charge to 77, we'll make it back to the track at 15%. We're at 68, so we could just make it back in the single digits. Plus, we can also run conserve mode in this, which runs primarily front wheel drive if needed. So we'll shave another 9 minutes off our charging session and hit the road. Let's do it. By the way, if you're wondering, the pizza was great. Really good pizza. So hit that, do this. There we go. The version 4 Tesla dispensers feel way less quality than the old V3s. Shout out to our boy road tripping the Leaf over here with Chatamo. That's my kind of driving. Love it. Comp's taking on this. You've never driven a Rivian.
Nope, first time. I'm
so
excited.
That'll be fun.
Yep.
After our charging session, we had the battery nice and toasty. I've been saying forever, but R1s need better thermals. And you can hear the heat pump screaming to do more heat exchanging. Off to the Rivian Service Center, be there at 38%. Seems pretty good to me. 73 miles to get over there, and Comp's whipping the quad motor.
Smooth.
Comp drives an old Model S, actually. What year is it?
2013.
So you're an EV driver, an OG Model S EV driver.
Yep. No driver assists.
That's right. We should try, if anyone has put comma AI in a Gen 1 Model S, let us know. I think we're going to do that with your car.
Yep.
We should produce some content around it. So off we go, off to the Rivian Service Center. Be there in about an hour. See you here. Shout out Blanco Lirio for always saying that. This is a nice horse trailer and a nice F450 right there. Just sending this to Scott. Comp, how does it feel to use hands-free?
It's kind of nerve-wracking. I'm not very used to it. It does a little bit of swaying back and forth, but it's been doing a great job.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good system. Rivian is really working super hard on their driver assistance. You've experienced Tesla FSD just one time, briefly.
Slightly, yes.
In a Cyber, right?
Way back in the day with an old Model Y, and that's back when it kind of functioned like a new driver learning to drive, and then recently in a Cybertruck that complete night and day over the old versions, and really impressive. So
yeah, and I think Rivian's going to have a similar trajectory, just like improving. I got a chance to experience a little bit of what they're working on in the future, and while it wasn't that great what I experienced, you can tell they're going to work really hard on in the future and get some better stuff. So I think you're going to go for an auto lane change.
I'll try.
Will it do it?
I'm the manual.
Nice.
Not enough time.
And we're actually in conserve mode, so I could feel that rear motor kick in with the clutches, which is what always drives me crazy about the dual motor Rivians. But in this, the quad motor works where it does the automatic clutching in conserve mode, and then all purpose keeps all the motors on all the time. But this is a time where we needed a little bit more range, so at least we have the option to do it when needed. We're all slowing down because this guy got yacht. Bummer. Sorry, dude. Oh, he's flying out. Dude, this sunset is insane. Comp, this is beautiful.
It is so beautiful.
Are you getting more comfortable with the hands-free?
Starting to trust it a little bit. We had one hiccup of a tow truck on the side, moved over the left-hand lane, and it did a hard phantom brake. But
yeah, they got to work on phantom braking a bit. But, I mean, so far, I'm glad to see you using it.
It's been doing the lane changes great, and I like it.
I'm liking that sunset. That is so nice. It's nice to be back in North Carolina. I mean, you just moved from Wisconsin, so we should plug the Scootz channel really quick. What are the types of stuff that you're doing over there?
Micromobility, personal transport solutions, kind of that last mile. Once you get to an area, how do you get into a city? Also for hobby, people love riding their e-bikes, riding their electric scooters, hoverboards, anything that's small and with a motor. Doing reviews, unboxing, really anything that we can get our hands in.
Yeah, love to see it. I can't wait to watch more of the videos. We already have some videos live. And speaking of the word also, you should also review the Rivian Also bike.
Hopefully.
Because that's how you found out about the channel, right?
Yep.
Was in our review. So thanks so much for joining us, dude. It's cool to have you. And yeah, more stuff coming on Scoot. We are pulling in just before sunset. Can't wait to get my truck back. It's been a whole 24 hours. I mean, that is pretty amazing service turnaround time, Comp, don't you think?
Great service.
Yeah, what a cool experience to work with these guys for the first time. And I guess to experience a fault right here, no better way than just have the technician come right out and take a look at it.
And they were super cool when you got here and you're like, hey, we kind of got an issue. Can you look at things? They're like, yeah, well, let's take a look.
Yeah, they were very accommodating. Super cool. And where is the truck? It's got to be up there somewhere. See a bunch of the Amazon vans. Nice aero wheels. Nice sport wheels on that one. Oh, there it is. Boom. So we may as well throw this on the DC charger and then top up. And I'll bring my truck over and try it too, just in case. Oh, you can actually see inside of their bay a little bit there. Really big service area. And these are their fleet only DC chargers. They're 200 amp cables, so like 80 kilowatts ish. But we may as well top up while we're here. Comp, I just realized we can't charge here because we did not bring a CCS adapter. So yeah, this is Rivian's Knighdale. It's a 2026 and they are still using CCS and all of their stuff here. Now this is kind of cool. It's one 300 kilowatt charger feeding 3 dispensers that are, again, for Rivian vehicles, about 80 kilowatts. I'd be curious to see how fast you could charge with a high voltage car, but these are all configured, just open, plug and charge. Don't make them shut them down. Don't come here and charge for free, but it is nice if you're here for service or whatever, they can top up their vehicles for their own uses. So I'm going to walk over, check on my truck, and I'll walk you through exactly what they did to fix it. So here's my truck, and yeah, super excited to see and try it out. Oh, check this out. They even left a little something. It says, "Have a blast at South by Southwest. Thanks for visiting us." No way. So I'm heading to South by Southwest for some Rivian stuff this week. And they included that nice little letter. That is so nice of them. All right, let's go. They said they DC charged it from 17 to 70%. I can see it's at 70 right now. Let's go to, let's go to plug it in and just double check that it charges fine. So nice to have my truck back. Comma AI has not caused any issues yet. Actually, Comp's right there. He's running in. So we'll pick him up. Speedy.
Yep.
The service area is huge, dude. That is needed, especially with R2 coming. I mean, Rivian service centers are, it's like Tesla when Model 3 and Y happened. They just have to ramp their operations. Oh, there's one of the guys there. They're super cool. So we're just going to make sure that it charges and that we are good to go. Wow, the long wheelbase of the R1T, you can really feel it cruising around here. All right, before we tell everyone what the fix was and all the detailed stuff, Comp, let's make sure it works.
Make sure it works.
By the way, the team here, they are so nice. We just were chatting with their like field service guy. It's just like really good people all around here. So let's see if she freaks out anymore. In we go. We did this 24 hours ago and it went red. And now it's actually starting to communicate. It's looking to charge. Come on, baby. I just can't believe it died while we were here. That is crazy how lucky we were that we were here. Still thinking. Charging. All right, well, we'll let it sit on there for, I don't know, a couple minutes because it did take a second the first time. And while we do that, let me walk everyone through exactly what they fixed. All right, so I have the repair order invoice for everything they did. So I'll first start off with, they took our truck in as a last minute, literally it died right here, and they fixed it within 24 hours, which is really cool. And they set all the tire pressures for me, didn't charge anything. Super nice of them. The real problem was customer states the level 3 charging is faulting. That's what the concern is. Technically it's DC fast charging, not level 3. We're gonna let that one slide. Let me read exactly what they said. They said, confirmed customer's concern right here at their own service center. Always great when you can get the technician to confirm the concern because sometimes stuff will happen. They'll go back through the logs. They'll try to replicate it. You're on the rigmarole. It was so great just to have the shop foreman come right here, see that it's not charging, and know that there's a problem. During the diagnosis, they found that the DC pin temperature had erratic behavior due to a splayed pin. They removed the affected pin on the charge port harness and tightened the spring tension on the pin. They tested pin drag and tested DC pin temperature readings and confirmed no more erratic readings. They tested DC fast charging from 15 to 70% with normal DC pin temperatures. No other repairs necessary. So comp, they didn't even have to replace my charge port. They just had to tighten down a spring that held like the thermistors on there. And we were good to go as far as I understand it. They charged me 1.03 hours to do all of that.
Nice.
And the total amount is $243.03, and that's exactly what I paid them. They also covered one more thing while we were here, which is a field service action 1794. They removed and replaced the rear toe link bolts and torque to spec. That was a recall. So while the truck was here, they did something with the toe links in the rear.
Sweet.
Sounds good. And now the truck's DC charging without problem. So I guess this thing just had a ton of cycles on it, which this truck has been DC charged a ton. And it seems to have fixed it. Just a little spring tension on a thermistor. And now they're getting accurate temperature readings. When we asked the shop foreman who pulled the log, someone who I've known for a long time, by the way, I actually used to work with him way back in the day. So it's cool to see old friends of mine here. We didn't see the logs, but he told us he saw the DC pin temperature go from like -40, or was it 0 degrees?
0C to 100C and back.
0C to 100C and back. And the truck was like, that is irrational. It's not possible. And so it did not allow any charging. Just need to be fixed. And very simple problem, very simple fix. Great experience at our new Rivian service center here in Knighdale. I'm not sure what other Rivian service centers are like across the country, but I will say Denver was amazing. And now clearly we have a great service center here in North Carolina. And that gives confidence when you want to own a new startup automaker's vehicles. I mean, this is almost 4 years old now. I don't know if you can call them a startup anymore. But, you know, to have the maturity of a service center with parts, with knowledge right here in the Raleigh area is great from my perspective. And I think they're going to be well equipped to handle R2 out of this location. They also just started doing test drives here in North Carolina. So if you have never driven a Rivian and you live in the Raleigh area, come on over, take a test drive. They can't sell you one here. They can't talk to you about numbers. It's just an experience center. They don't have a sales license here yet, which to me just seems ludicrous. So that's worth a whole nother video that we should do. But there you go. My truck is fixed. And it happened to die at the service center, and now it's still charging. So, Comp, thanks so much for helping me drive back and forth a bunch.
It's been fun.
It really has. And you got to drive a Rivian for the first time.
Exactly.
The only question is, which are we going to drive back?
Who's getting what?
I'm going to take my truck.
Yep, sounds good.
You can keep the 1,000 horsepower quad motor. I'll take the lowly 800 horsepower quad motor. Thank you all for watching at home, and we'll see you all on another one again soon. Bye-bye.